Greetings, family. Joyous rising. Happy rising. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, depending on where you're checking in from. Hello, family. This is Dr. Kia Pruitt. It is Sunday. Happy Day of the Sun. Today, again, is Sunday. It is February the 12th, 2023, and the time is 3:45 p.m. So, yes, I do have some breaking news for those of you who haven't heard yet. Come in, check on in. I know we all need some good news. So I'm going to be respectful of your time. I know you all have things to do, and some of you are preparing for the Super Bowl. So listen, family, on the other day, and I believe it was yesterday, there were delegates from the Central Bank of Iraq that met with delegates from the United States Treasury Department and from the United States Federal Reserve to discuss how we would help them with their banking system and help them with this electronic system that deals with transference of cash from the Central Bank of Iraq to other nations. So that meeting was held yesterday in Washington, D.C. So that was breaking news. I hadn't heard about it, and I thought that was very, very interesting. Good afternoon. Good evening, good night, good day. So that was very interesting news. And what took me so long to come in once I had set up this discussion for today was I was trying to get a translation from something that came out of the Central Bank of Iraq. So I did get the translation and I saved it. Thank God I saved it and posted it in my email. And then all of a sudden the announcement or the newsletter just went right back to Arabic. So I'm so glad I do have that for you. So, hi, family. This is great information coming out of Iraq. And actually, when I Googled it, I was able to find that they did report on this in America too, but I don't think a lot of people got to hear it. Now, the reason why it's important to know or to hear that the United States had delegates from the Treasury Department as well as the Federal Reserve to work with the Central Bank of Iraq is because if you remember, Al Sudani, the new prime minister of Iraq, told us that he was going to get things moving. And he told us this, I think it was at the end of October, but this particular article was actually in published in November. But he told us, listen, he told us right here that he was going to make some changes. He was going to revalue the Iraqi dinar. And he also said, I'm going to do a couple of things. He said, I'm going to work with other countries to return my stolen money. I'm going to work with the Central Bank of Iraq to revalue the Iraqi dinar against the United States dollar, and I'm going to end endemic corruption. So basically, he told us in October that I was going to get to work as soon as I can to deal with revaluing this Iraqi dinar. So this one was published November the 2nd, and I'll put that article in the description section for you. But this is something he is doing right away. So he talked about tackling endemic corruption. And he said, this is where he said, I'm working with other neighboring countries to return my stolen money. So I'm going to again leave that for you. But I thought it was very, very interesting that this article was published in the Iraqi news. Hello, family. Yes, I'll read your comments in a minute, but I just want to get this to you for those of you who are preparing for the Super Bowl festivities. So let me get to this Arabic article right here. And, I apologize. I was able to translate it in English, and I wanted to bring that up for you in English, but I don't see that option right now. So what I'm going to do is while you look at that, I'm going to read it to you. I did save it, and maybe you could see it. So that's the article right there. I will put that in the description section for you, and I'll see if I can translate it for you. But while we're looking at that, I'm going to bring up the translation that I got so you can read along with me, just so you can have this information for yourself. And you all might be able, you may know how to translate articles for yourself when you pull them up. So here it is. I had it translated, and there we go. And I saved it I saved it in my Gmail. So it says the Central Bank, United States parties express their readiness to face the challenges of working with the electronic platform for remittances and cash expanded. So here again, like I said, the delegations of the Central Bank of Iraq met for long hours with delegates from the United States Federal Reserve and the United States Treasury Department in DC. So, hey, this is really exciting. This is only a few minute read. According to a statement by the bank, the two parties expressed their readiness to work together to meet the challenges of working on an electronic platform for remittances of cash. Why is the Central Bank of Iraq working with the United States to deal with this electronic banking system? I'm going to leave that question for you up to answer. So the delegates of the United States Federal Reserve and the Department of Treasury discussed a number of support mechanisms for the Central Bank of Iraq in order to enhance its capabilities to deal flexibly with crises during the stage. So this is a new system of support that we are providing for the Central Bank of Iraq. And so during this meeting, we discussed a number of different support mechanisms that we will provide for them to help them to deal with this transference of cash. Transference is going to be my word for 2023. Transference of power, transference of wealth, transference of cash. So the United States Federal Reserve confirmed that the measure of the Central Bank of Iraq that they're going in the right direction to build a solid banking sector. So then the Assistant Deputy Secretary of the Treasury indicated ways to fully support efforts of the government of Iraq. Basically they're just saying that we're ready to support them, and we discussed different mechanisms and how those supports would work. The meeting listened to a presentation by the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq on the bank's directions in achieving its most important objectives to ensure general stability in prices and options and proposals in the field of accelerating, expanding, and streamlining the work of the electronic platform for external transfer. So this platform will deal with electronic transfer from the Central Bank of Iraq or from Iraq to other countries. So I just wanted to make sure you all could see this. And again, for anybody just checking in, this actually came from an article that was from a Central Bank of Iraq, or from the country of Iraq, and I just had it translated from Arab to English so that we can know what they're talking about. So let me get back to that last sentence. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Ali Ismail, confirmed the bank's intention to launch the second package of facilities that will enhance stability of the exchange rate. So here, right here, family, again, the title of that article was Central Bank US parties express their readiness to face the challenges of working with the electronic platform for remittance and cash. And for those of you who didn't see that, I'll bring that article up for you in Arabic just so you can see where I got it from. I'm just so excited because now we're talking about electronic platforms to help with with their banking system and transference of cash, or transference of IQD to whatever currency they're going to be dealing with, because they're talking about transferring cash from the Central Bank of Iraq to other nations. So this is what the article looked like. And it's called ninanews.com. I am going to again put this in the description section for those of you who know how to read Arabic and or translate it in Arabic. And I'll also put the English, I'll also put the English version of that in there for you all. So it does feel like we are so close, family, to having this we know the revaluation is occurring, but to having a stable rate so that we can go ahead and exchange. Now, I found another article that kind of talked about that, about this transference. So I'll go over that with you quickly so that you can see that as well. Let's see, here it is. So it just says that the Iraq Central Bank reaches an understanding. Here you go. This is again, and this is newarab.com. That's the name of this website. And here it is. Iraq Central Bank says reaches understandings with United States Federal Fed and the Treasury. This is breaking news, family. I'm so excited. This was actually published today. Yes, the New Arab Staff. See, look at that. February the 12th, 2023. Breaking news. Here we go. We got it over here. We got that drip for you. The Iraqi dinar, they're talking about how it dropped in value, but we know that it's going to be stabilized. So let's just go up here so we can just do a summary that the delegates from the central bank, how again they met with the United States Federal Reserve and the Treasury on yesterday, which is Saturday in DC. And what they said in the statement that the two sides expressed their willingness to work jointly. So they decided that they will work together. The two sides, United States, the Treasury Department, and the Federal Reserve. Because remember, under 45, what he did was he brought the duties of the Federal Reserve and put them underneath the United States Treasury Department, because according to our Constitution, the only entity that can deal with money is what? The United States Treasury Department. So this here is a statement saying that the Central Bank of Iraq said the two sides, the Arab nation of Iraq and America, or the Federal Reserve, decided that they would work together on an electronic platform for transfers and cash, which will allow the United States Federal Reserve, or the Treasury Department, I should say, to monitor foreign transfers from Iraq to other countries. So it apparently Iraq desire to have us to help them monitor how these transactions will go on, because remember, we're moving into a new system, or a quantum system. So the Fed said that the Iraq central bank's measures are in the right direction. Leave it up to America. I'll tell you, we are so egocentric. We're like, look, yeah, you're good now. We sanction everything. You're moving in the right direction for building a sober banking sector, according to the statement. So again, family, I'm going to put that in the description section for you as well to read at your leisure. We are doing some great work. Hello, family. Hello. It's always good to see all of you. I see Lonnie in the chat. Hi, Lonnie. So glad you could join us. Hey, everybody. Things are ramping up too, not just wrapping up, but ramping up quite quickly. So remember, we have a quantum financial system, and in the quantum financial system, all the systems will work together. So apparently America is over that system, or else why would we be telling Iraq, you're moving in the right direction, you're all good, we're going to help you with this electronic bank transfer and to deal with the transference of cash. Now, we've been knowing over here for a while, actually, that the Iraqi dinar was gold backed. So when al-Sudani made that statement at the end of October, which was published November the 2nd, that he was working with the Central Bank of Iraq and to revalue the IQD against the USD, and he was working with other countries to return his stolen money, such as his gold and other stolen money, his other money. We knew that things were going to move quickly, because as I told you all before, a lot of people didn't notice, and I reported this in 2018. It used to be a time when you could actually Google, is the Iraqi dinar gold backed? Now, most people didn't even know to do that, but I'm so glad that in 2018, when I Googled that, I saved it. And then I sent it to my homie, Patrick Hawkins. That's why he always helps me with intel, because I sent this to him in 2018 and he saved it too. And my God, after 2018, so it was there 2018 and 2019, and then 2020, all of a sudden it disappeared. But this is what it used to say when you would Google, is the Iraqi dinar gold backed? And I do have this in a community section of my channel, but I have it posted like 3 months ago, which would actually probably be around November. So this is what it used to say when you would Google, is the Iraqi dinar backed by gold? It would say the Iraq dinar is backed by gold now, and the currencies issued backed by gold are considered one of the most powerful currencies in the world. Moreover, it goes on to say the currency is supported by $82 billion cash reserves and 122 tons of gold reserves, along with many other foreign bills that make it stronger in the foreign market. I saved that from 2018, and I'm glad I did again because it's hard to find that. Google erased that. But the reason why I had Googled that in 2018 is because I was aware that behind the scenes, 209 countries had agreed to return to the gold standard. So Mama Kia was waiting. I mean, I was prepared. I was happy. I was, all on social media saying it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And so you can imagine how ecstatic I am right now that we actually see it happen. So now let's look at also what China said. It's not only America that's excited about this news, in America that's saying we are building relationships, strong relationships and partnerships with Iraq, but also China said the same thing. This too is in the same news, ninanews.com. It was in Arab, and I found a way to to bring it up in English. And basically, what this article says, you'll see here. Let me see if I can blow it up for you without messing that up. So it says Chinese official. Our visit to Iraq is clear evidence of its importance in the region. So basically, the Chinese assistant foreign minister for external affairs met with delegates of the CBI, or the Central Bank of Iraq, and he said this is the beginning of a new era, a beginning of a new partnership between China and Iraq, that there will be exchanges between China and Arab nations. So let me get down here. So we're going to just do a summary so people can get back to their duties for Sunday. I want to read it for you, but isn't that interesting that now China is saying that they're working with Iraq? Everybody wants to be friends with Iraq. I'm excited about that because, they know that what's going to happen is as these currencies revalue around the world, they're all going to go 1 to 1, and they're all going to be dealing with the quantum banking system or the quantum financial system. So everybody wants to be friends with Iraq suddenly, since Al Sudani made this announcement that I'm going to revalue the IQD against the United States dollar. And hey, Dr. Pruitt, Mama Kia, whatever you want to call me, Kiji, as they called me in my childhood days, I am here for it. So let's see what they say here. So this is actually the Chinese assistant foreign minister for the external affairs said in a press conference in the presence of representatives of a number of Iraqi parties and a number of media that the first Arab-Chinese summit was held in Riyadh last December of 2022, which is the beginning of a new era in relationships with the Arab countries and a milestone in the exchange between China and the Arab countries, indicating that this summit will continue to be held whenever required. So he also said that the outcome was fruitful and it was positive. And then on the sidelines, so you had that summit happening, and then on the sidelines, there was a meeting between Chinese President Xi Jinping and the Prime Minister of Al Sudani, the Prime Minister of Iraq. And then what they talked about was strengthening the two relationships between the countries in various different disciplines and fields in order to build a new era of distinguished relations. And he also stressed that his country considers the relationship with Iraq to be a priority. So let me get out of here, family. So if you recall, there was not only an agreement between, thank you so much, somebody. Oh, I appreciate you. Somebody sent me a blessing. Oh, Matthew, you're wonderful. I just love you all so much. Thank you, Matthew. You just warm my heart. I appreciate you for the beautiful, wonderful blessing, the love offering. May the Creator bless you with long life and peace, and bless your family too. Thank you, Randall. I am so just grateful, and my heart is warm and filled with gratitude for the blessing. I appreciate you so much. May the Creator bless you with your heart's desires. So yes, family. So behind the scenes, there was an agreement between 209 countries that they will all return to the gold standard. So that's what we see happening right now. And when that happens, what you will have is a revaluation of currencies. So this is the global currency reset happening before your eyes. So again, 209 countries agreed to return to the gold standard and to have world peace. So when you see China meeting with Iraq, and you see the United States of America meeting with Iraq, and you will see other nations meeting with Iraq, you know what's happening is they're saying, okay, we're solidifying that agreement that we're going to have peace. We're solidifying an agreement that we're going to have a peaceful transition as well from the working with the United States dollar to a new standard. We're moving to a new monetary system and a new standard where now the United States dollar will now no longer be the world reserve currency, but we all will be working and trading with gold, and gold will be the standard. So nobody will be able to print any money without having the backing of gold and other resources or commodities that the countries have. And then that would take all the currencies to 1-to-1. So that's exciting news. That's breaking news. That's beautiful news. And Mama Kia is here for it. So if you all recall as well, I did do an extensive report yesterday about the different currencies and actually about the revaluation of currencies. And we talked about first the Iraqi dinar. So I just want to bring this to your attention. If you missed that report, you need to see that report because we talked about a lot of currencies. But I think the dinar, people are saying that the dinar is, right in the center of all this, that Iraq is right in the center of all this. It looks like they are. I think everything's going to revalue at the same time. But hey, what we do know about the Iraqi dinar is that it's in high demand. And I read this yesterday in my report, so go back and look at my live, please. It was 2 hours, so if that's too long, put your earbuds in, do it, listen to it while you're driving, while you're cleaning, or go to the video and look at the speed, and you can always speed it up to 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, or even double speed it on 2, put it on 2 and just listen to it quickly. So you can listen to what's going on in Iraq, Vietnam, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe. And I might have touched on some other countries. I think I talked about the Russian ruble just briefly. But one of the things we know, speaking of the Iraqi dinar and Iraq, is that the Iraqi dinar is in high demand. As soon as you go to savedinar.com, this pops up at the top of the screen. So they want everybody to know this about the Iraqi dinar. Now, I also put this screenshot of this in my community section earlier today. So you can go to the top of Dr. Kia Pruitt's YouTube channel. I'm sorry, fam. You can go to the top of my YouTube channel and you will see the different sections. Type on community and you'll see a screenshot of this. So let me read this to you. So this is savedinar.com because this is one of the premier places that people actually purchase the Iraqi dinar. And I think when you order from this site, you have to get a certain amount, maybe spend $500 or so. But those dinars do come with a certificate of authenticity to prove the validation and authenticity of these notes. So what it says is, I'm going to blow it up for you. Recent changes by the Iraqi Central Bank of Iraq have dramatically increased the demand for the IQD, or the Iraqi dinar. This increased demand has put a strain on our international supply. Because the demand is so high, now they're just having problem getting a hold to so many dinars. The situation has directly affected our ability to process orders for this currency in a timely manner. And then they go on to say, they apologize for the inconvenience, but they like for you to know that they'll ship all orders on a first come, first basis. Also, please note that because of the exchange rate change and subsequent increases in demand, their rates on Safe Dinar are subject to change at any time until you made your payment. Okay, so this is all interesting, family. Isn't it exciting how much is coming out about the RV, the revaluation of currencies, and what's going on in Iraq and with some of the other currencies? Now, I know you all have so much to discuss, so please continue to share it. And for all of you that's just joining, I just wanted to let you know that we have breaking news that the United States Treasury Department, delegates from the United States Treasury Department and delegates from the Federal Reserve met with delegates of the Central Bank of Iraq in Washington, D.C., to talk about how the two will work together to deal with this new electronic banking system or platform that will allow for a transference of cash between the Central Bank of Iraq and other countries. So I will leave all those articles for you in the description section. I don't want to go over 30 minutes because I want to do a short video so people can just get back to their day. But where can you buy all this, these different currencies, the Bolivar, the Venezuelan Bolivar, the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnamese dong, the Zimbabwean zim, what else? And Indonesian rupiah, because we did talk a little bit about Southeast Asia yesterday. Please look at my report from yesterday. It was really extensive. It was a great report. I did a lot of research. You can get some of these from banknoteworld.com. You can get them from ebay.com, amazon.com, greatamericancoincompany.com, Safe Dinar, .com, 100trillions.com, or you can go to your local coin shop too, because sometimes they have currencies there. Now, if you're interested in adding gold or silver to your portfolio as you're diversifying your portfolio, because you're not just getting foreign currency, some of you are interested in precious metals as well, please contact Andy Scheckman, Andy@milesfranklin.com or info@milesfranklin.com, and let them know that Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you so you can get the best prices on your precious metals. And family, I'm so excited because I'm going to have Andy here on Tuesday, February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. So come with your red, family, and come with your questions, and he is going to address what's going on in the precious metals market. So somebody said that, yes, this, here you go, 100 trillions. Thank you, Crappie. Yes, and also thank you, Lonnie. Banknote World will give you a certificate of authenticity. So, family, a lot is going on. We are excited. We're going to help so many people. So, while you are getting your currencies, please start however you can to think about what type of things you want to do to help humanity, because this is what we come here for. So on the heels of that, I just want to give you some more news that came from one of my friends. Oh gosh, and on LinkedIn. And I'm not even sure if I should mix this in with that. You know what? No, I'm going to save that news. It's about what the heck? It's about an arrest, but I'm not going to speak on it. I'll speak on this later. If you can see this, you all see that there was an arrest. These things are occurring. So this is just other news. Sometimes I don't like to mix them because YouTube likes to flag me when I talk about these. But look at this, because some of these people actually gave 45 misinformation about that sickness, and so they have to pay the penalty. And so this person, who was the former Surgeon General, he was guilty of the T word, and he had to face the music. So yeah, so when you do that and you betray people, you have to go to that place that judges people and deals with you. Yes, and you have to face being sentenced and deal with other things. So we'll discuss that later. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. We have so much coming out of Iraq to be excited about, family. So somebody said they're going to Rumble. What's going on at Rumble? Dr. Kia Pruitt is also Rumble. You can go to rumble.com/DRKIAPRUITT. So he's telling me to check my messages. Give me 1 second, family, while you all talk to each other. I'm going to check my messages. Hold on. Keep talking. Let me check this phone. Oh. Metroid, I don't know what I did with my phone. So, Metroid, send me a message and let me know what it's about. So, family, we are at 30 minutes. If I need to come back, I will come back. I love you. I'm praying for you. We're all excited about what's going on. My name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. I know I've said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. Peace, family. If I need to come back, I will. Bye-bye. Make this a great day and enjoy the Super Bowl if that's what you're going to do for the day. I love you. Peace.